So we have here today the very shy and retiring Mr. Jamie Heaslip, who is looking forward very much to yet another Six Nations campaign on the back of a World Cup. Jamie, not long to go. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the chance of hopefully sticking on that green jersey.
Yeah. Well, you've done it a few times, but it's never enough, I guess.
No, I'm greedy. I want more and more and more.
Everybody's banging on about, what are England going to do with their inexperienced young squad? Wales, apparently they were the best team in the World Cup, and I think you guys are very slightly under the radar, which I think makes you dangerous.
Why? Because we can sneak up from behind, or
sneak up from behind? I don't think you're that far
from behind you. No.
In general, no, not in life.
No, yeah, I think whatever people are saying about it, we can't really control it, but we just quietly, we went out of business. We had a little Christmas meeting, a camp thing for a couple of days, and meet up Monday week, and I think we're getting there. We're getting there.
I tell you what, the Irish have done, which I didn't see coming particularly. Everyone was worried about, is there going to be life after? You know, all the 100 cappers, and the answer is yes, there is, because you're not losing them all at the same time. You seem to be there's a seamless transitional period going on right now, which means that there's no sort of massive dip in the way that you're performing. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of young guys. I know in Leinster anyway, there's a lot of young guys kind of knocking on the door all over, every position, and putting pressure on guys in the starting team to play well, and that will have a knock-on effect obviously for Ireland. So yeah, there hasn't been any mass transition, but anyone you had in mind, I'm sure they'll make James Haskell look like a dweeb with regards to that fight, man, if you say it to them.
Don't mention that man's a Sportsvibe, for God's sake. Now, in my book, anybody can win the Six Nations title. Maybe not Italy, but and I know that they will definitely beat one, if not more teams. So, and it could be anybody, as they showed when they beat France last year. But certainly, I could see Ireland winning it. I could see Wales winning it. I could definitely see France winning it. I think Scotland will be really awkward, cussed opposition. And England, bizarrely, are a bit of an unknown quantity, which means they could do anything.
Dangerous thing about England, we've got all these young fellas who are mustard, They're keen as to get out there and do the job, so that's what makes them dangerous, as well as having the guys who've been there and will point them in the right direction.
You played against pretty much all of them in your time,
yeah,
and they're well versed to the better teams in the Premiership and the Heineken Cup, so they're not that wet behind the ears, are they?
No, well that's the thing. People are saying they've no experience. Like they've been playing, the European Cup, they've been playing the Premiership. These guys have been hardened against all the players they're going to go up against anyway. So there'll be a challenge. Us, we always count on a bit of Irish luck. But the great phrase I heard before was, you can't win a Six Nations on the first day, but you can definitely lose it.
Correct.
So against Wales, that's what it's all about.
The World Cup's gone, but I would imagine it's useful to log it a little bit in the head, a little bit of motivation.
Yeah. For some people, for me, not really. For me, World Cup was over for me the minute we lost and we got knocked out. So it was on to the next one.
But you see my point, Jamie. The England boys are clearly using it as a bit. They don't want to return to the scenes in that dressing room when they lost. And you guys had a chance. Hopefully, you've got another one or two ahead of you. But they don't come around too often, World Cups.
No, they don't. I'd like to think around that I have a fighting chance of being at the next one. But you never know what's going to happen, so you might as well just worry about it now. Now you can call on experiences to learn from them. I definitely know the reason why I want to win everything is because I hate that feeling sitting in the change room afterwards after you lost, especially the World Cup. So I don't want that losing feeling. I'm all about winning.
I tell you what, not that I'm sure you spend your life patting yourself on the back, because you do that, you land on your face very quickly, don't you?
Yes.
But all in all, bear in mind that you haven't been around that long in the international scene. Probably feels like you have. It's gone online, hasn't it? Three Lions tests. You've won a Grand Slam with Ireland. You've got a World Cup under your belt. It's not too shabby.
Yeah, but I want more. I just want more. I want another Heineken Cup medal. I want another.
I forgot to mention that, of course.
6-5-2 of them. Don't worry about it.
Who's counting?
Yeah, sorry. Have the mirror actually. Yeah, no, I want another I want another couple of Six Nations medals, and I want a couple of Pro 12 medals, and yeah, I want it all. I'm greedy like that. I'm blaming my father for his military/competitive edge.
Well, what you've done there, you've moved seamlessly into an area that I wanted to talk about, because I Wikipedia'd you the other day, and of course Wikipedia being the absolute font of knowledge. I understand that you wear women's clothes, according to Wikipedia, and you speak 27 foreign languages.
25.
But your father was a brigadier,
yes,
and you were born in Israel.
Tiberius, Israel. You can call me a Sabra. That's what you can be called.
How about that? You could be playing for Israel if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'd have to do 2 years military service, and in Israel/Palestine, that wouldn't exactly be ideal.
Not great.
But no, I'm pretty happy with my Irish passport and heritage.
When did you come over to Ireland?
I think I was we were back in Ireland before I was 1.
Okay.
But I've lived because of him. I've lived abroad. I've lived in Croatia and Zagreb, there in Croatia for a couple of months. Lived in Cyprus for about 2 years.
When were these, Jamie? How old were you?
The last one was to Zagreb, and I would have been 12.
Okay.
And then I went into secondary school.
How's Croatia when you were 12? A little bit.
It was cool.
Volatile, or was it?
No, not at all. Not in the slightest. I mean, we drove down to Robnik once for a long weekend, and we drove through some war zones and bullet holes all over the place. But it was, life experiences.
And did you ever go back to Israel?
No. I've been back when we were living in Cyprus. We popped over once for 2 weeks, but no, I haven't been back.
So, Jamie, the other thing is that you're a little bit of a joker, which of course will be a big surprise if people see in this interview. I gathered you did a bit of a trick on Cian Healy on the radio as an example of the many things you do. Perhaps you'd like to tell us about that? Sometimes,
on your day off, you fill your time with thinking that posting the post is like a job done, successful day done for rugby players. So we, himself and his housemate, who he DJs with a lot, we decided there's a show called, it's kind of like, I don't know, Chris Moyles over here, the Strawberry Alarm Clock. And we teed him up nicely thinking, what did we say we were? We're some eye company or something like that, and we wanted him to
advertise
DJing with loads of naked men around him and all this sort of thing. And in fairness to Keane, he didn't bite on it for ages. I don't know how. He had the patience of a saint. But
he was getting more and more irritable, though, wasn't he? On the radio?
He was shorter and shorter. I actually wanted him to lose it and start cursing, but he didn't, unfortunately. But YouTube it. It's on YouTube.
Okay. Well, with teammates like you, who needs enemies?
Well, ask Patrick O'Reilly, Rala, our bagman. The poor man gets an awful lot of stick off me. The ferrets get into his room an awful lot and mess it up.
Is that right?
Yeah, these ferrets they just have something against Rala. Yeah.
Where do you get ferrets from?
I don't know. These ferrets that literally follow him around the world and somehow mess his room up in every country.
No, but sorry, do you just carry ferrets around with you in case you might make use of them?
I actually haven't seen the ferrets, but Rala, we walked into a room one day with Rala and these ferrets had got in there and trashed it and seemed to follow him around the world. I don't know how. When
you say they trashed them, I sort of had pictures of...
They're really strong.
Sunglasses, smoking, drink, the lot.
No, they're actually able... I couldn't believe the ferrets can flip a bed.
Right.
And,
is that right?
They can put mattresses out windows and stuff. I didn't know it was possible.
And then they left as well, without ever being seen?
Yeah. These ferrets left with a calling card. I didn't know they could write either. So.
Right. Do you know, I began this interview talking to the Six Nations, and I ended it talking about invisible ferrets.
Oh, they're not invisible. They're just really good at their job.
Okay.
James Bond ferrets. I know.
Well, Jamie Heaslip.
Sorry, I'm really
I see a documentary
and intelligent.
In Search of Ferrets, coming to you soon, DVD. Best of luck for the Six Nations, and best of luck with your rugby and indeed with your ferret hunting.
Thank you very much. I'll get them one day.